The heavy oak chair settles deep into the floorboards tonight. I feel its solid legs holding up 60 years of quiet light. If I could write a small note to the kid with dust on his shoes, I'd tell him the bruises were just part of the dues. He used to worry if the winter would ever turn sweet, walking home slowly down a cold asphalt street. You thought every stumble was the end of the song. You carried the dark like you didn't belong. But look at us sitting in the evening calm. The hurt turned to medicine, the years to a balm. You made it through the stormy towns and kept your heart intact. And every tear you wiped away became a quiet fact. The road was long and crooked, but the destination stayed. I'm sitting here to thank you for the choices that you made. We built a gentle home out of the trouble in our chest, and standing in the sunset, I can tell you we were blessed. I remember the summer you lost your first steady job, hiding in the alleyway to choke back a sob. You thought the whole world had left you far behind, but you had a soft heart and a patient mind. You kept on walking when the rain beat your coat, clearing out the shadows from your trembling throat. You thought every stumble was the end of the song. You carried the dark like you didn't belong. But look at us sitting in the evening calm. The hurt turned to medicine, the years to a balm. You made it through the stormy towns and kept your heart intact. And every tear you wiped away became a quiet fact. The road was long and crooked, but the destination stayed. I'm sitting here to thank you for the choices that you made. We built a gentle home out of the trouble in our chest, and standing in the sunset, I can tell you we were blessed. The young man was frightened, the old man is glad. We didn't lose the simple joy that we always had. There's nothing to rewrite, no pages to burn, just love in the quiet for the lessons we learned. So dry your wet eyes, boy, you're doing just fine. The life that you prayed for is finally mine. Rest your tired shoulders, the travel was right. I'm holding the peace that you brought to the night.
The squeak of the early milk truck brake rings down the block like a clock-long set. You lean on the porch and take your time without a single heavy regret. We counted the winners side by side and chased down the bills we had to pay. Now look at the quiet street out there, greeting another ordinary day. Pull up a wicker chair for me and pour out 2 cups of lukewarm tea. We don't need to hurry anymore. outside our front door. We earned every gray hair on our heads while working through the storm. The coal in the basement kept the drafty bedroom warm. You raised up 3 children who still call on Sunday night. So lean back, old partner, we did everything just right. Remember the year the garden failed and rain soaked the carpet in the hall? We patched up the roof with secondhand tin and laughed till we leaned against the wall. Your hands show the work of 50 years, mine tell the exact same story too. There isn't a highway in this world I'd rather have traveled down than with you. You pass me the tin of butter biscuits and smile as the neighborhood wakes up slow. We made it through every rocky road with nowhere we really need to go. We earned every gray hair on our heads while working through the storm. The coal in the basement kept the drafty bedroom warm. You raised up 3 children who still call on Sunday night. So lean back, old partner, we did everything just right. Young people rush by to catch the train, chasing a fortune made of dust. They don't know the sweetness of the quiet or the simple beauty of our trust. We built something steady out of time, a shelter that kept the bitter cold away. We earned every gray hair on our heads while working through the storm. The coal in the basement kept the drafty bedroom warm. You raised up 3 children who still call on Sunday night. So lean back, old partner, we did everything just right. The milk truck moves on down the lane. You set down your cup and take my hand. We survived every storm and every rain, the happiest two in all the land. Rest your knees now, my dear old friend. We lived a good life right to the end.
A sudden recollection broke the room, while shadows rested on the hardwood floor. It swept away the quiet winter gloom and carried me back 50 years or more. I saw us laughing by the garden gate, with muddy boots and dirt upon our hands. We didn't know our fortune or our fate, just planted flowers on our little land. The teapot whistles slowly on the stove. The porch light casts a soft and amber beam. I count the years of simple, steady love and realize I lived my favorite dream. The silver spoons lie tarnished in the drawer, while every meal we share Recall the quiet home that once was mine. No golden crowns were needed at the end. Just 50 winters with a faithful friend. The photo album rests upon my knee, with corners fading into sepia brown. A younger version of myself I see when we moved out into this sleeping town. We paid our bills and patched the leaking roof. We wiped the tears when hard times pulled us low. Each silver hair becomes a quiet proof that love takes time and steady care to grow. I hold no grudges for the roads not taken, nor do I grieve the youth that slipped away. My heart is full, my peaceful faith unshaken. I thank the Lord for giving me today. I saved the ticket from 1974 and turned the porch light off before I sleep. There is no sadness left behind this door, only the good things that I get to keep. I lived a good life, quiet, soft and deep. Why did the kitchen clock gain 3 full minutes every week? We never fixed the pendulum or checked the brass inside. I sit here with my tea and watch the steam drift toward the light. My slippers look a little worn, the hallway rug is quiet. It makes me think of Tuesday nights back in 1979. The kettle clicks, the shadows stretch across the linoleum floor. A dozen tiny memories are knocking at my door. I used to rush through every hour, afraid I would fall behind. But sitting here this afternoon, I have peace of mind. We swept the porch in summer rain and paid the mortgage late, then raised 3 kids who grew so tall they outgrew the front gate. The silver hair upon my head tells stories sweet and long, and every small mistake I made became a peaceful song. I wouldn't trade a single day for all the gold in town. The neighbor's cat is walking on the fence behind the shed. I wonder if the bakery on 5th Street still sells rye. Your old brown driving gloves are sitting right beside the mail. We argued over wallpaper, then bought the yellow paint instead. It faded over 30 years, but kept the kitchen warm. Time does not ask for permission to run. It gathers the years till the living is done. I look at these hands the places they carried me through long ago. We swept the porch in summer rain and paid the mortgage late, then raised 3 kids who grew so tall they outgrew the front gate. The silver hair upon my head tells stories sweet and long, and every small mistake I made became a peaceful song. I wouldn't trade a single day for all the gold in town. The tea is getting cooler now, the clock is gaining time. I lived a good and gentle life, and all of it was mine. I put the cup down on the tray and let the evening fall. I loved it all. Honey-colored glare coats the station bench, where an older man adjusts his worn gray coat. I mentioned that the wind has picked up steam. He smiles and clears the gravel in his throat. He says he missed his connection hours ago, but sitting here is better than a rush. We share a paper cup of lukewarm tea. The station clock ticks quiet in the shade. He looks across the platform at the tracks and tells me of the choices that he made. A dusty pocket watch sits in his palm. He says the bumpy roads led somewhere good, with bruised knees and a heart that stayed calm. He wouldn't change a single year he stood. The long way home became his favorite line, and looking back he says he turned out fine. I tell him I have worried far too much about the turns I didn't get to take. He laughs and says the dark times fade away, while simple joys remain for memory's sake. The work was hard and winter held on tight, yet every spring returned a softer bloom. The tea grows cold between our quiet hands. The evening train approaches from the bend. He pats his pocket with a gentle nod, like finding an old letter from a friend. A dusty pocket watch sits in his palm. He says the bumpy roads led somewhere good, with bruised knees and a heart that stayed calm. He wouldn't change a single year he stood. The long way home became his favorite line, and looking back he says he turned out fine. Sometimes a stranger gives the very words you need Train doors open wide with heavy air. He tips his hat and steps into the car. I watch the red lights vanish down the line, knowing where we were is where we are. I take my seat and smile into the dark, glad for every step that left a mark. You told me yesterday my knuckles matched my mother's hand. I looked down at the lines I never used to understand. The yellow wallpaper is peeling by the hallway door. A stack of letters from a town we don't visit anymore. The silver kettle hums its little song upon the stove, and there's a jacket hanging where the winter light approves. These tiny things just gather up like dust inside the hall, and when I stop to look around, I do not mind at all. I carry groceries through 30 years of heavy snow and patch the copper pipes before the winter wind could blow. We raised a roof that kept the heavy summer storm outside, and found a quiet peace in places where the shadows hide. If I could do it all again, I'd choose this simple floor and leave the wooden key inside the lock forevermore. The radio was crackling on the window ledge today, playing a tune that swept the heavy thoughts of youth away. A stray gray feather floated down onto the garden fence. The neighbor's dog barked twice to give the afternoon some sense. I found a button in a jar from 1984 and swept the cedar shavings from the dusty pantry floor. These simple moments balance out the troubles on the shelf. A quiet life turns out to be a comfort in itself. I carried groceries through 30 years of heavy snow and patched the copper pipes before the winter wind could blow. We raised a roof that kept the heavy summer storm outside, and found a quiet peace in places where the shadows hide. If I could do it all again, I'd choose this simple floor and leave the wooden key inside the lock forevermore. The tea is getting lukewarm in the china cup I hold. The afternoon is folding into colors soft and gold. I do not ask for higher hills or brighter shining stars. I am content with kitchen light and gently softened scars. You said my hands were getting old, but said it with a smile. So I will sit right on this porch and rest a little while. The lamplight flickers on to show the path up to the bed, and I am deeply grateful for the life that that I have led. sugar cubes rest softly by my cup, beside a little tin of silver thread. I watch the steam slowly rising up and think about the words my father said. We spent our youth in search of bigger things, chasing after dreams that flew away. Now I enjoy the comfort evening brings, content to watch the close of one more day. The kitchen clock ticks softly on the shelf. The window pane is cool against my hand. I take this moment only for myself and smile at things I used to misunderstand. I walk through heavy storms with leaking shoes and lost a dozen fights I thought I'd win. Yet standing here with nothing left to lose, I find a gentle light that shines within. The years were kind enough to leave a trace, and I am thankful for this quiet place. I worked the soil until my knuckles bled, and paid the bills before the month was through. Some nights we barely had a loaf of bread, but somehow love was all we ever knew. My hair turned gray while keeping up the pace. My coat is worn, my boots are getting old, yet every wrinkle resting on my face is worth much more than pocketfuls of gold. The kitchen clock ticks softly on the shelf. The window pane is cool against my hand. I take this moment only for myself and smile at things I used to misunderstand. I walk through heavy storms with leaking shoes and lost a dozen fights I thought I'd win. Yet standing here with nothing left to lose, I find a gentle light that shines within. The years were kind enough to leave a trace, and I am thankful for this quiet place. We build our lives out of the small demands, the simple meals, the voices in the yard. I leave my story in these weathered hands and hold no bitter grudge for what was hard. The room grows dark as shadow fills the floor. I close my eyes and breathe a gentle sigh. I lived an honest life and asked no more, and warmly bid the passing years goodbye. Rough wool against my thumb today brings back a porch from '62. The velvet color on your coat, when every single stitch was new. I traced the weave along the sleeve and hear the needle click once more. A mother's hand's a spool of thread, scraps lying scattered on the floor. The years turn fast like pages in the dark, leaving a soft and steady little mark. I walked through quiet storms and paid my dues, and kept a grateful heart inside my shoes. The road was long, but every step was fair, leaving a gentle sweetness in the air. Looking back, I would not change a line. This simple, humble story was all mine. Coarse linen tablecloths at noon, where we shared bread and summer soup. The denim jackets that we wore, laughing upon the kitchen stoop. We had no silver in our drawers, just cotton sheets and honest sleep. The kind of quiet, simple wealth a working man is glad to keep. The years turn fast like pages in the dark, leaving a soft and steady little mark. I walked through quiet storms and paid my dues, and kept a grateful heart inside my shoes. The road was long, but every step was fair, leaving a gentle sweetness in the air. Looking back, I would not change a line. This simple, humble story was all mine. Sometimes the thread pulled tight and snapped away, yet stitches held me fast through every day. I fold the quilt across my tired knees, at peace with all my fading memories. The cloth is worn, the color faded gray. I smile because I loved along the way. It was a good life after all. Yes, it was a good life after all. 4:15 glows green on the bedroom shelf. I sit in the quiet and count myself 50 years ahead in a sunny room. Outside the window, the hydrangeas bloom. I see an old man with my his eyes, watching the evening turn slow in the skies. He rests his hands on a warm cedar cane, smiling at decades of sunshine and rain. The future is gentle if you let it be. A grandkid comes running to sit on my knee. The bills are all paid and the worries are gone. Just quiet white slippers and grass on the lawn. I carried the heavy loads through every town and laid all my troubles and burdens right down. The river ran fast, but the water was sweet, with dust on my boots and a path at my feet. I do every mile with the very same grace and welcome each wrinkle that settles my face. We talked about growing old years back in May, wondering how we would finish the day. Now here is the picture I drew in my mind, leaving the hurry and heartaches behind. My tea is still warm and the radio plays an old familiar tune from our younger days. There were nights when the winter was bitter and cold, when I wondered if stories were worth being told. But looking ahead from the youth in my chest, I know that the simple end remains the best. No golden trophy, no grand parade, just peace with the choices that I ever made. For 15 ticks by and the room stays still, I smile at the future upon the high hill. I lived it all well, and I have no regret. The sweetest years haven't even arrived yet.
This tarnished brass thimble rests beside my spoon, a tiny souvenir from some forgotten June. My fingers worked for decades, sewing up the tears, fixing tiny coats throughout the winter years. I look at every mark upon the metal rim and watch the evening light begin to gather dim. The quiet fills the room like warm vanilla tea. I hold no bitter debt to who I used to be. The house is hushed and still, the shadows gently lean, and every quiet hour feels gentle and serene. I carried heavy boxes through the pouring rain and traded steady labor for an honest gain. The young man in the photo had a lot to prove, but time
grow. The soup is on the stove, the kettle starts to hum. I do not fear the winter days that have to come. I paid off every bill, I patched the leaky roof. My calloused hands remain the only needed proof. My children built their lives across the river bend, and every long story finds a peaceful end. I carried heavy boxes through the pouring rain and traded steady labor for a honest gain. The young man in the photo had a lot to prove, but time revealed a slower, kinder way to move. I count the quiet blessings standing in a row and smile to know I planted seeds that learned to grow. Some nights were full of worry, wondering what was right, when money ran so thin beneath the kitchen light. Yet somehow every trouble softened into grace and left a quiet calm upon my wrinkled face. I put the little thimble back inside the drawer. There are no heavy burdens sitting at my door. I take a single breath and set the teacup down, at peace with every step I took across this town. I lived a good life, full and true, and now the peaceful dark comes softly into view. A delivery truck backfired on Elm Street today, and you startled a bit with your tea in midair. We both laughed at how easy we jump at the noise. Now that winter has silvered the last of our hair. You pulled up your cardigan, leaned on the porch, watching cars rumble past in the late afternoon. We spent 50 years chasing after the wind, trying to conquer the mountains ahead. Now we sit on the steps with a quiet old smile, knowing every good word that was said. We earned every crease near our tired, smiling eyes, while building a life underneath rainy skies. The hard years were heavy, the blessings were real, and love gave us courage that time couldn't steal. I am glad for the road that has led us right here. Remember the winter, the furnace broke down, and we huddled together with blankets and broth. You said we would make it if we held the line, and we cut out our futures from humble plain cloth. Now look at the garden we planted back then. The oak trees are taller than both of our houses. There were tired smiling eyes while building a life underneath rainy skies. The hard years were heavy, the blessings were real, and love gave us courage that time couldn't steal. I am glad for the road that has led us right here. Rest your feet on the porch rail, my old loyal friend. We have run a good race to the very peaceful end. Yes, we lived a fine life, and I'm thankful today as the evening sun gently fades slowly. Damp pine needles drifted through the screen, carrying the crisp and chilly air. Old Arthur watched the grass turn gray and green, resting his two hands upon the chair. He wiped his glasses, set his mug aside, and let the peaceful silence fill his eyes. The years had left their marks upon his skin, yet warmth remained deep down within. He didn't ask for silver or for gold, just loved the simple story he was told. He built a porch where wild roses grew, and paid his debts with honest working hands. Through winter storms and summers bright and blue, he found his peace in quiet open lands. He raised a family strong through thick and thin, and welcomed every morning with a smile. A dusty photograph upon the wall showed summer dances from a distant decade. He remembered every single laughter call, and every promise that was truly made. His wife had left her slippers by the door, a gentle memory of 40 years. The years had left their marks upon his skin, yet warmth remained deep down within. He didn't ask for silver or for gold, just loved the simple story he was told. He built a porch where wild roses grew, and paid his debts with honest working hands. Through winter storms and summers bright and blue, he found his peace in quiet open lands. He raised a family strong through thick and thin, and welcomed every morning with a smile. Some days were hard and brought a heavy rain, yet every scar was worth the road he walked. There was a quiet joy inside the pain, and all the late night hours that they talked. He held no anger the passing time, for every step was sweet and so divine. The evening sun settled on the floor. He closed his eyes and breathed a thankful prayer. A well-lived life was standing at his door, and grace was resting softly in the air. He whispered low that everything was good. A parlor radiator stopped its steady click, leaving quiet in the room. A sudden thought broke through the hush like light upon the floor. I recall the night we bought that coat when winter came too soon, and how we danced without a penny near the kitchen door. The years were long, the winter cold was deep, but we had humble promises to keep. Now looking back across this quiet space, I see the sweet reward of time and grace. We pulled the green coupe to the side when heavy raindrops fell, and shared a single paper cup beside the old motel. Then built a home out of the quiet days we learned to love, and gathered every little blessing we were worthy of. The hallway photos show the children growing up so fast. Their silver frames hold every summer that we thought would stay. We worked the early shift until the hardest times had passed, and folded all our worry up to throw it clean away. The storm was fierce, the wind was biting cold, yet here we sit with gentle hands to hold. Through every valley where our feet have been, I would take those steps and do it all again. We pulled the green coupe to the side when heavy raindrops fell, and shared a single paper cup beside the old motel. Then built a home out of the quiet days we learned to love, and gathered every little blessing we were worthy of. There is no marble monument to bear our modest name, no grand applause or gilded hall of fame, just simple tea upon the stove as darkness settles down, and peaceful shadows drifting softly over town. The radiator hums again, the dusk is soft and blue. I close my eyes and thank the stars I got to live with you. We built a good life out of honest days and quiet grace. The road was long, but this remains our sweet and steady place. Where does the smoke go when the match dies down? My mind is wandering around this sleeping town. I see a silver spoon, a mark upon the floor, the ghost of children running through the screen door. Nothing stays in place, yet nothing disappears. It settles gently like the dust of 50 years. A distant train is blowing low 3 miles away, drifting softly across the blue end of the day. I count these tiny wonders in the fading light, and let my old thoughts drift away into the night. We chased a tiny house beside a gravel road, and carried each heavy bundle through the snow. Though youth went sailing off like paper in the breeze, this quiet heart is standing tall among the trees. And all the crooked trails brought long-awaited peace. Did someone leave the copper kettle on to boil? No, just a memory of hands turned dark from soil. We drank cheap cider while the summer thunder rolled, and paid our honest dues before the world grew cold. The years rolled by like wagons on a pine-lined hill, and through the storm, the inner compass stayed clear still. A sudden curious question strikes me out of nowhere. Why birds remember how to fly without a care, or how a simple lifetime passes in a blink. I've had a good long while to sit right here and think. The radio plays an old song from the 60s now. I lean my head back with a slow and peaceful bow. It was a grand old ride from the start to the end, and I would walk every single mile again. This worn velvet armchair takes all my weight, holding the years that I carried so late. If I could write to the boy at 19, pacing the floor of a cold mezzanine, I'd tell him to sit and untie his tight shoes. There isn't a single good moment to lose. You worried about every dollar you spent, and wept in the hallway when counting the rent. But look at this cushion that cradles my spine. We made it through winter and turned out just fine. Young man in the shadow of 23, you wept for the future you couldn't yet see. Now age turns the brass on the old parlor door, and love fills the rooms that were empty before. I promise Remember the winter the furnace broke down, when we walked 3 long miles to the north side of town. You thought that the hardship would never recede. You doubted if heaven would meet what we need. Yet here in the quiet, where dust motes descend, I smile at the way that it worked in the end. The girl with the yellow scarf answered your call. Her silver frame picture hangs high on the wall. The scars on your knuckles healed up on their own. You never were truly left standing alone. Young man in the shadow of 23, you wept for the future you couldn't yet see. Now age turns the brass on the old parlor door, and love fills the rooms that were empty before. I promise the tears that you spilled on your shirt grew gardens of grace out of everyday dirt. So breathe in the stillness and put down the fear. The path was quite crooked but brought us right here. No step was wasted, no hour spent in vain. There's warmth in the wood that survived through the rain. Young man in the shadow of 23, you wept for the future you couldn't yet see. Now age turns the brass on the old parlor door, and love fills the rooms that were empty before. I promise the tears that you spilled on your shirt grew gardens of grace out of everyday dirt. So rest now, young runner, your race was well run. The shadow has folded, the labor is done. I sit in this chair with a heart full and mild, and say I am proud of that terrified child. Copper light floods through the dusty blinds and pools inside your chipped ceramic cup. You sigh like someone left behind, watching winter swallow up the street. I tell you, stranger, sit a while and drink. The world moves fast, but we can stop and think. You asked me if I ever felt afraid of reaching 80 with a quiet heart, or missing choices that I should have made before the music had a chance to start. I bought the ticket for a winding track and paid my dues with silver in my hair. There isn't much I'd ever ask to borrow back, for love was honest and the sky was fair. I count the miles and know I did alright, safe in the sweetness of this fading light. waitress smiles and fills the pot again, her apron tied in 40 years of knots. You tell me how you lost a faithful friend, and how you worry over wasted thoughts. I lean across the tabletop and say, the hardest storms all eventually blow away. You look outside where amber turns to blue, and ask me how I sleep so well at night, with all the things we never get to do before the darkness overtakes the light. I bought the ticket for a winding track and paid my dues with silver in my hair. There isn't much I'd ever ask to borrow back, for love was honest and the sky was fair. I count the miles, I know I did alright, safe in the sweetness of this fading light. We share a slice of apple pie at 6, two strangers bound by simple turns of phrase. It turns out joy and sorrow always mix, to make a tapestry of golden days. I tell you, son, don't fear the coming snow. There is a warmth that follows where you go. You leave a tip and nod to say goodbye, and walk out slow into the evening air. I watch your shadow under lavender sky, glad for this journey and the time to spare. Yes, every mile was good to me today. It was a fine life, anyway you say. Yesterday you mentioned that I walk a little slow, like a man who isn't trying to be anywhere at all. I look down at these worn out leather shoes I used to know, and smiled at how the shadows softly lean against the wall. There's a penny in my pocket with a 1960 date, and a crack along the teacup where the blue enamel peeled. Every tiny detail sits right here and holds its weight, standing like a silent guard across a quiet field. The years don't hurry when the kettle starts to sing. I listen to the simple, steady sound of everything. A painted porcelain saucer holds the stories that were made through golden hours in warm showers where the bright colors never fade. I counted silver winters and found reason to remain, while shelter kept the bitter chill and love outlasted rain. I stand beside the windowsill, so grateful for the road, and carry every quiet memory without a heavy load. clock upon the mantle keeps a soft and steady beat. I watch the sparrows landing for a tiny piece of crumb, while autumn leaves start gathering along our friendly street. The neighbor's yellow tabby cat sleeps curled up on the rug. A stack of handwritten postcards sits tied in velvet string. There is a simple comfort in a thick wool blanket hug, and all the gentle promises the coming dusk will bring. The years don't hurry when the kettle starts to sing. I listen to the simple, steady sound of everything. A painted porcelain saucer holds the stories that were made through golden hours in warm showers where the bright colors never fade. I counted silver winters and found reason to remain, while shelter kept the bitter chill and love outlasted rain. I stand beside the windowsill, so grateful for the road, and carry every quiet memory with smooth rib of corduroy under my thumb today. Takes me right back to the autumn of my youth, standing outside by the gravel highway, listening to radios humming out the truth. We didn't have much in those early winters, just 3-room keys and a kettle on the stove. Now the cloth is soft where the color splinters, and I smile at the roads where my spirits drove. Every thread carries a quiet story, every tear turned into a steady stitch. We were never looking for wealth or glory, just an honest fire that made us rich. The clock ticks soft on the floral wall. We caught each other whenever we would fall, from narrow halls to gardens in the sun. I wouldn't change a thing that we have done. A gentle grace surrounds the miles behind, and sweet relief is all I ever find. Heavy blue denim on the clothesline swinging, smelling of cedar and afternoon heat. I hear the sound of the church bells ringing when our first child took his wobbly feet. We worked through the dark till the bills were settled, saved every nickel in a cracked tin jar. Though the winter wind often tried our metal, look how peacefully we traveled far. Every thread carries a quiet story, every tear turned into a steady stitch. We were never looking for wealth or glory, just an honest fire that made us rich. The clock ticks soft on the floral wall. We caught each other whenever we would fall, from narrow halls to gardens in the sun. I wouldn't change a thing that we have done. A gentle grace surrounds the miles behind, and sweet relief is all I ever find. The hands that held the needles now are slow. The quiet rooms are filled with evening glow. No regrets left hanging in the shade, just pure delight for everything we made. The clock ticks soft on the floor, oh, we caught each other whenever we would fall, from narrow halls to gardens in the sun. I wouldn't change a thing that we have done. A gentle grace surrounds the miles behind, and sweet relief is all I ever find. The fabric stays soft beneath my hand. I crossed every hill across this gentle land. I am glad I got to live this life. Yes, I am peaceful as the day grows dim.
The brass six ticks above the mantelpiece as shadows stretch across the kitchen floor. I look ahead to years I haven't seen and wonder who will knock upon the door. When silver hair rests softly on my brow, I hope I smile at how we made it through. I see the old man sitting where I sit and thanking every road that led to you. The years will run like water down the drain, through summer heat and heavy winter snow. When I am old and looking at my life, there's only one thing I will need to know. I spent my days on simple, humble ground and gathered every grace the seasons gave. The quiet love we built grew strong and sound, defeating every storm we had to brave. I would not trade a single tear or milestone past, for I lived well and found sweet peace at last. I picture 85 when evening falls, our children grown with children of their own. A cup of peppermint upon the tray, inside the house that we have made a home. The clock will hit that number on the wall, and I will close my eyes without regret, for every little joy we held so dear is something that I never will forget. There were some months when money ran too tight, and moments when the darkness felt too long, but holding your warm hand through every night made all the broken pieces sound like song. I spent my days on simple, humble ground and gathered every grace the
clocks chimed and told me time is sweet. I take your hand and rest my tired feet. We lived a good life, quiet, warm and true. I'm glad I walked each mile along with you. Burnt sugar and clothes fill up the room as Arthur sits beside his wooden loom. He traces faint lines along his hands where decades pass like shifting sands. The kettle whistles low and sweet, a peaceful end to winter heat. He checks the clock above the door and does not ask for any more. The scars upon his palm are faded now. The storm is cleared above his silver brow. He smiles at portraits in the hallway frame and softly speaks each well-remembered name. He built a simple porch to watch the rain and traded heavy loss for steady gain. The road was long with many steep delays, yet quiet comfort colors all his days. He earned his rest without a dark regret, a full life lived, the finest he could get. The scent of lavender from garden shears brings back the laughter of 30 years, when children played along the hall and shadows never touched the wall. The evening chill may press the pane, but love and light still remain. The scars upon his palm are faded now. The storm is cleared above his silver brow. He smiles at portraits in the hallway frame and softly speaks each well-remembered name. He built a simple porch to watch the rain and traded heavy loss for steady gain. The road was long with many steep delays, yet quiet comfort colors all his days. He earned his rest without a dark regret, a full life lived, the finest he could get. Some seasons came with heavy winds to blow, when river currents surged too fast below. He held the wheel through trouble deep and wide, and reached at last the gentler side. He built a simple porch to watch the rain and traded heavy loss for steady gain. The road was long with many steep delays, yet quiet comfort colors all his days. He earned his rest without a dark regret, a full life lived, the finest he could get. He folds his hands and lets his eyelids close, content with every thorn beside the rose. The kitchen grows so peaceful, warm and still.
The squeak of the early milk truck brake rings down the block like a clock-long sit. You lean on the porch and take your time without a single heavy regret. We counted the winners side by side and chased down the bills we had to pay. Now look at the quiet street out there, greeting another ordinary day. You pull up a wicker chair for me and pour out 2 cups of lukewarm tea. We don't need to hurry anymore. The world is outside our front door. We earned every gray hair on our heads while working through the storm. The coal in the basement kept the drafty bedroom warm. You raised up 3 children who still call on Sunday night. So lean back, old partner, we did everything just right. Remember the year the garden failed and rain soaked the carpet in the hall. We patched up the roof with secondhand tin and laughed till we leaned against the wall. Your hands show the work of 50 years, mine tell the exact same story too. There isn't a highway in this world I'd rather have traveled down than with you. You pass me the tin of butter biscuits and smile as the neighborhood wakes up slow. We made it through every rocky road with nowhere we really need to go. We earned every gray hair on our heads while working through the storm. The coal in the basement kept the drafty bedroom warm. You raised up 3 children who still call on Sunday night. So lean back, old partner, we did everything just right. Young people rush by to catch the train, chasing a fortune made of dust. They don't know the sweetness of the quiet or the simple beauty of our trust. We built something steady out of time, a shelter that kept the bitter cold away. We earned every gray hair on our heads while working through the storm. The coal in the basement kept the drafty bedroom warm. You raised up 3 children who still call on Sunday night. So lean back, old partner, we did everything just right. The milk truck moves on down the lane. You set down your cup and take my hand. We survived every storm and every rain, the happiest 2 in all the land. Rest your knees now, my dear old friend. We lived a good life, right to the end.
A sudden recollection broke the room, while shadows rested on the hardwood floor. It swept away the quiet winter gloom and carried me back 50 years or more. I saw us stopping by the garden gate with muddy boots and dirt upon our hands. We didn't know our fortune or our fate, just planted flowers on our little land. The teapot whistles slowly on the stove. The porch light casts a soft and amber beam. I count the years of simple, steady love and realize I lived my favorite dream. The silver spoons lie tarnished in the drawer, while every meal we shared tasted divine. Footsteps echoing on a wooden floor recall the quiet home that once was mine. No golden crowns were needed at the end, just 50 winters with a faithful friend. The photo album rests upon my knee, with corners fading into sepia brown. A younger version of myself I see when we moved out into this sleeping town. We paid our bills and patched the leaking roof. We wiped the tears when hard times pulled us low. Each silver hair becomes a quiet proof that love takes time and steady care to grow. I hold no grudges for the roads not taken, nor do I grieve the youth that slipped away. My heart is full, my peaceful faith unshaken. I thank the Lord for giving me today. I saved the ticket from 1974 and turn the porch light off before I sleep. There is no sadness left behind this door, only the good things that I get to keep. I lived a good life, quiet, soft and deep. Why did the kitchen clock gain 3 full minutes every week? We never fixed the pendulum or checked the brass inside. I sit here with my tea and watch the steam drift toward the light. My slippers look a little worn, the hallway rug is quiet. It makes me think of Tuesday nights back in 1979. The kettle clicks, the shadows stretch across the linoleum floor. A dozen tiny memories are knocking at my door. I used to rush through every hour, afraid I would fall behind. But sitting here this afternoon, I have peace of mind. We swept the porch in summer rain and paid the mortgage late. Then raised 3 kids who grew so tall they outgrew the front gate. The silver hair upon my head tells stories sweet and long wouldn't trade a single day for all the gold in town. The neighbor's cat is walking on the fence behind the shed. I wonder if the bakery on 5th Street still sells rye. Your old brown driving gloves are sitting right beside the mail. We argued over wallpaper, then bought the yellow paint instead. It faded over 30 years, but kept the kitchen warm. Time does not ask for permission to run. It gathers the years till the living is done. I look at these hands, somewhat wrinkled and slow, and smile at the places they carried me through long ago. We swept the porch in summer rain and paid the mortgage late, then raised 3 kids who grew so tall they outgrew the front gate. The silver hair upon my head tells stories sweet and long, and every small mistake I made became a peaceful song. I wouldn't trade a single day for all the gold in town. The tea is getting cooler now, the clock is gaining time. I lived a good and gentle life, and all of it was mine. I put the cup down on the tray and let the evening fall. I loved it all. The heavy oak chair settles deep into the floorboards tonight. I feel its solid legs holding up 60 years of quiet light. If I could write a small note to the kid with dust on his shoes, I'd tell him the bruises were just part of the dues. He used to worry if the winter would ever turn sweet, walking home slowly down a cold asphalt street. You thought every stumble was the end of the song. You carried the dark like you didn't belong. But look at us sitting in the evening calm. The hurt turned to medicine, the years to a balm. You made it through the stormy towns and kept your heart intact, and every tear you wiped away became a quiet fact. The road was long and crooked, but the destination stayed. I'm sitting here to thank you for the choices that you made. We built a gentle home out of the trouble in our chest, and standing in the sunset, I can tell you we were blessed. I remember the summer you lost your first steady job, hiding in the alleyway to choke back a sob. You thought the whole world had left you far behind, but you had a soft heart and a patient mind. You kept on walking when the rain beat your coat, clearing out the shadows from your trembling throat. You thought every Every stumble was the end of the song. You carried the dark like you didn't belong. But look at us sitting in the evening calm. The hurt turned to medicine, the years to a balm. You made it through the stormy towns and kept your heart intact. And every tear you wiped away became a quiet fact. The road was long and crooked, but the destination stayed. I'm sitting here to thank you for the choices that you made. We built a gentle home out of the trouble in our chest, and standing in the sunset, I can tell you we were blessed. The young man was frightened, the old man is glad. We didn't lose the simple joy that we always had. There's nothing to rewrite, no pages to burn, just love in the quiet for the lessons we learned. So dry your wet eyes, boy, you're doing just fine. The life that you prayed for is finally mine. Rest your tired shoulders, the travel was right. I'm holding the peace that you brought to the night. Honey-colored glare coats the station bench, where an older man adjusts his worn gray coat. I mentioned that the wind has picked up steam. He smiles and clears the gravel in his throat. He says he missed his connection hours ago, but sitting here is better than a rush. We share a paper cup of lukewarm tea. The station clock ticks quiet in the shade. He looks across the platform at the tracks and tells me of the choices that he made. A dusty pocket watch sits in his palm. He says the bumpy roads led somewhere good, with bruised knees and a heart that stayed calm. He wouldn't change a single year he stood. The long way home became his favorite line, and looking back he says he turned out fine. I tell him I have worried far too much about the turns I didn't get to take. He laughs and says the dark times fade away, while simple joys remain for memory's sake. The work was hard and winter held on tight, yet every spring returned a softer bloom. The tea grows cold between our quiet hands. The evening train approaches from the bend. He pats his pocket with a gentle nod, like finding an old letter from a friend. A dusty pocket watch sits in his palm. He says the bumpy roads led somewhere good, with bruised knees and a heart that stayed calm. He wouldn't change a single year he stood. The long way home became his favorite line, and looking back he says he turned out fine. Sometimes a stranger gives the very words you need to realize the garden grew despite the weeds. I spent my youth complaining of the rain. Now standing here, I see the quiet grace inside the pain. The train doors open wide with heavy air. He tips his hat and steps into the car. I watch the red lights vanish down the line, knowing where we were is where we are. I take my seat and smile into the dark, glad for every step that left a mark. You told me yesterday my knuckles matched my mother's hand. I looked down at the lines I never used to understand. The yellow wallpaper is peeling by the hallway door, a stack of letters from a town we don't visit anymore. The silver kettle hums its little song upon the stove, and there's a jacket hanging where the winter light approves. These tiny things just gather up like dust inside the hall, and when I stop to look around, I do not mind at all. I carry groceries through 30 years of heavy snow, and patch the copper pipes before the winter wind could blow. We raised a roof that kept the heavy summer storm outside, and found a quiet peace in places where the shadows hide. If I could do it all again, I'd choose this simple floor and leave the wooden key inside the lock forevermore. The radio was crackling on the window ledge today, playing a tune that swept the heavy thoughts of youth away. A stray gray feather floated down onto the garden fence. The neighbor's dog barked twice to give the afternoon some sense. I found a button in a jar from 1984 and swept the cedar shavings from the dusty pantry floor. These simple moments balance out the troubles on the shelf. A quiet life turns out to be a comfort in itself. I carried groceries through 30 years of heavy snow, and patched the copper pipes before the winter wind could blow. We raised a roof that kept the heavy summer storm outside, and found a quiet peace in places where the shadows hide. If I could do it all again, I'd choose this simple floor and leave the wooden key inside the lock forevermore. The tea is getting lukewarm in the china cup I hold. The afternoon is folding into colors soft and gold. I do not ask for higher hills or brighter shining stars. I am content with kitchen light and gently softened scars. You said my hands were getting old, but said it with a smile. So I will sit right on this porch and rest a little while. The lamplight flickers on to show the path up to the bed, and I am deeply grateful for the life that I have led.
Two sugar cubes rest softly by my cup, beside a little tin of silver thread. I watch the steam slowly rising up and think about the words my father said. We spent our youth in search of bigger things, chasing after dreams that flew away. Now I enjoy the comfort evening brings, content to watch the close of one more day. The kitchen clock ticks softly on the shelf. The window pane is cool against my hand. I take this moment only for myself and smile at things I used to misunderstand. I walk through heavy storms with leaking shoes and lost a dozen fights I thought I'd win. Yet standing here with nothing left to lose, I find a gentle light that shines within. The years were kind enough to leave a trace, and I am thankful for this quiet place. I worked the soil until my knuckles bled, and paid the bills before the month was through. Some nights we barely had a loaf of bread, but somehow love was all we ever knew. My hair turned gray while keeping up the pace. My coat is worn, my boots are getting old, yet every wrinkle resting on my face is worth much more than pocketfuls of gold. The kitchen clock ticks softly on the shelf. The window pane is cool against my hand. I take this moment only for myself and smile at things I used to misunderstand. I walk through heavy storms with leaking shoes and lost a dozen fights I thought
tide win. Yet standing here with nothing left to lose, I find a gentle light that shines within. The years were kind enough to leave a trace, and I am thankful for this quiet place. We build our lives out of the small demands, the simple meals, the voices in the yard. I leave my story in these weathered hands and hold no bitter grudge for what was hard. The room grows dark as shadow fills the floor. I close my eyes and breathe a gentle sigh. I lived an honest life and asked no more, and warmly bid the passing years goodbye. Rough wool against my thumb today brings back a porch from '62. The velvet color on your coat, when every single stitch was new. I'd trace the weave along the sleeve and hear the needle click once more. A mother's hand's a spool of thread, scraps lying scattered on the floor. The years turn fast like pages in the dark, leaving a soft and steady little mark. I walked through quiet storms and paid my dues, and kept a grateful heart inside my shoes. The road was long, but every step was fair, leaving a gentle sweetness in the air. Looking back, I would not change a line. This simple, humble story was all mine. Coarse linen tablecloths at noon, where we shared bread and summer soup. The denim jackets that we wore, laughing upon the kitchen stoop. We had no silver in our drawers, just cotton sheets and honest sleep. The kind of quiet, simple wealth a working man is glad to keep. The years turn fast like pages in the dark, leaving a soft and steady little mark. I walked through quiet storms and paid my dues, and kept a grateful heart inside my shoes. The road was long, but every step was fair, leaving a gentle sweetness in the air. Looking back, I would not change a line. This simple, humble story was all mine. Sometimes the thread pulled tight stitches held me fast through every day. I fold the quilt across my tired knees, at peace with all my fading memories. The cloth is worn, the color faded gray. I smile because I loved along the way. It was a good life after all. Yes, it was a good life after all. 4:15 glows green on the bedroom shelf. I sit in the quiet and count myself 50 years ahead in a sunny room. Outside the window, the hydrangeas bloom. I see an old man with my father's eyes, watching the evening turn slow in the skies. He rests his hands on a warm cedar cane, smiling at decades of sunshine and rain. The future is gentle if you let it be. A grandkid comes running to sit on my knee. The bills are all paid and the worries are gone. Just quiet white slippers and grass on the lawn. I carried the heavy loads through every town and laid all my troubles and burdens right down. The river ran fast, but the water was sweet, with dust on my boots and a path at my feet. I do every mile with the very same grace and welcome each wrinkle that settles my face. We talked about growing old years back in May, wondering how we would finish the day. Now here is the picture I drew in my mind, leaving the hurry and heartaches behind. My tea is still warm and the radio plays an old familiar tune from our younger days. There were nights when the winter was bitter and cold, when I wondered if stories were worth being told. But looking ahead from the youth in my chest, I know that the simple end remains the best. No golden trophy, no grand parade, just peace with the choices that I ever made. 4:15 ticks by and the room stays still. I smile at the future upon the high hill. I lived it all well, and I have no regret. The sweetest years haven't even arrived yet.
This tarnished brass thimble rests beside my spoon, a tiny souvenir from some forgotten June. My fingers worked for decades, sewing up the tears, fixing tiny coats throughout the winter years. I look at every mark upon the metal rim and watch the evening light begin to gather dim. The quiet fills the room like warm vanilla tea. I hold no bitter debt to who I used to be. The house is hushed and still, the shadows gently lean, and every quiet hour feels gentle and serene. I carried heavy boxes through the pouring rain and traded steady labor for an honest gain. The young man in the photo had a lot to prove, but time revealed a slower, kinder way to move. I count the quiet blessings standing in a row and smile to know I planted seeds that learn to grow. The soup is on the stove, the kettle starts to hum. I do not fear the winter days that have to come. I paid off every bill, I patched the leaky roof. My calloused hands remain the only needed proof. My children built their lives across the river bend, and every long story finds a peaceful end. I carried heavy boxes through the pouring rain and traded steady labor for a honest gain. The young man in the photo had a lot to prove, but time revealed a slower, kinder way to move. I count the quiet blessings standing in a row and smile to know I planted seeds that learn to grow. Some nights were full of worry, wondering what was right, when money ran so thin beneath the kitchen light. Yet somehow every trouble softened into grace and left a quiet calm upon my wrinkled face. I put the little thimble back inside the drawer. There are no heavy burdens sitting at my door. I take a single breath and set the teacup down, at peace with every step I took across this town. I lived a good life, full and true, and now the peaceful dark comes softly into view. A delivery truck backfired on Elm Street today, and you startled a bit with your tea in midair. We both laughed at how easy we jump at the noise. Now that winter has silvered the last of our hair. You pulled up your cardigan, leaned on the porch, watching cars rumble past in the late afternoon. We spent 50 years chasing after the wind, trying
quiet old smile, knowing every good word that was said. We earned every crease near our tired smiling eyes, while building a life underneath rainy skies. The hard years were heavy, the blessings were real, and love gave us courage that time couldn't steal. I am glad for the road that has led us right here. Remember the winter, the furnace broke down, and we huddled together with blankets and broth. You said we would make it if we held the line, and we cut out our futures from humble plain cloth. Now look at the garden we planted back then. The oak trees are taller than both of our houses. There were nights when we worried the money was tight, and days when the darkness felt hard to endure. But sitting beside you with twilight coming on, I know that our labor was honest and pure. We earned every crease near our tired smiling eyes, while building a life underneath rainy skies. The hard years were heavy, the blessings were real, and love gave us courage that time couldn't steal. I am glad for the road that has led us right here. Rest your feet on the porch rail, my old loyal friend. We have run a good race to the very peaceful end. Yes, we lived a fine life, and I'm thankful today, as the evening sun gently fades slowly. Damp pine needles drifted through the screen, carrying the crisp and chilly air. Old Arthur watched the grass turn gray and green, resting his two hands upon the chair. He wiped his glasses, set his mug aside, and let the peaceful silence fill his eyes. The years had left their marks upon his skin, yet warmth remained deep down within. He didn't ask for silver or for gold, just loved the simple story he was told. He built a porch where wild roses grew, and paid his debts with honest working hands. Through winter storms and summers bright and blue, he found his peace in quiet open lands. He raised a family strong through thick and thin, and welcomed every morning with a smile. A dusty photograph upon the wall showed summer dancing glasses from a distant decade. He remembered every single laughter call and every promise that was truly made. His wife had left her slippers by the door, a gentle memory of 40 years. The years had left their marks upon his skin, yet warmth remained deep down within. He didn't ask for silver or for gold, just loved the simple story he was told. He built a porch where wild roses grew and paid his debts with honest working hands. Through winter storms and summers bright and blue, he found his peace in quiet open lands. He raised a family strong through thick and thin, and welcomed every morning with a smile. Some days were hard and brought a heavy rain, yet every scar was worth the road he walked. There was a quiet joy inside the pain, and all the late night hours that they talked. He held no anger for the passing time, for every step was sweet and so divine. The evening sun settled on the floor. He closed his eyes and breathed a thankful prayer. A well-lived life was standing at his door, and grace was resting softly in the air. He whispered low that everything was good. A parlor radiator stopped its steady click, leaving quiet in the room. A sudden thought broke through the hush like light upon the floor. I recall the night we bought that coat when winter came too soon, and how we danced without a penny near the kitchen door. The years were long, the winter cold was deep, but we had humble promises to keep. Now looking back across this quiet space, I see the sweet reward of time and grace. We pulled the green coupe to the side when heavy raindrops fell, and shared a single paper cup beside the old motel. Then built a home out of the quiet days we learned to love, and gathered every little blessing we were worthy of. The hallway photos show the children growing up so fast. Their silver frames hold every summer that we thought would stay. We worked the early shift until the hardest times had passed, and folded all our worry up to throw it clean away. The storm was fierce, the wind was biting cold, yet here we sit with gentle hands to hold. through every valley where our feet have been. I would take those steps and do it all again. We pull the green coupe to the side when heavy raindrops fell, and shared a single paper cup beside the old motel. Then built a home out of the quiet days we learned to love, and gathered every little blessing we were worthy of. There is no marble monument to bear our modest name, no grand applause or gilded hall of fame, just simple tea upon the stove as darkness settles down, and peaceful shadows drifting softly over town. The radiator hums again, the dusk is soft and blue. I close my eyes and thank the stars I got to live with you. We built a good life out of honest days and quiet grace. The road was long, but this remains our sweet and steady place. Where does the smoke go when the match dies down? My mind is wandering around this sleeping town. I see a silver spoon, a mark upon the floor, the ghost of children running through the screen door. Nothing stays in place, yet nothing disappears. It settles gently like the dust of 50 years. A distant train is blowing low 3 miles away, drifting softly across the blue end of the day. I count these tiny wonders in the fading light, and let my old thoughts drift away into the night. We chased a tiny house beside a gravel road, and carried each heavy bundle through the snow. Though youth went sailing off like paper in the breeze, this quiet heart is standing tall among the trees. And all the crooked trails brought long-awaited peace. Did someone leave the copper kettle on to boil? No, just a memory of hands turned dark from soil. We drank cheap cider while the summer thunder rolled, and paid our honest dues before the world grew cold. The years rolled by like wagons on a pine-lined hill, and through the storm, the inner compass stayed clear still. A sudden curious question strikes me out of nowhere. Why birds remember how to fly without a care, or how a simple lifetime passes in a blink. I've had a good long while to sit right here and think. The radio plays an old song from the 60s now. I lean my head back with a slow and peaceful bow. It was a grand old ride, start to the end, and I would walk every single mile again. This worn velvet armchair takes all my weight, holding the years that I carried so late. If I could write to the boy at 19, pacing the floor of a cold mezzanine, I'd tell him to sit and untie his tight shoes. There isn't a single good moment to lose. You worried about every dollar you spent, and wept in the hallway when counting the rent. But look at this cushion that cradles my spine. We made it through winter and turned out just fine. Young man in the shadow of 23, you wept for the future you couldn't yet see. Now age turns the brass on the old parlor door, and love fills the rooms that were empty before. I promise the tears that you spilled on your shirt grew gardens of grace out of everyday dirt. Remember the winter the furnace broke down, when we walked 3 long miles to the north side of town. You thought that the hardship would never recede. You doubted if heaven would meet what we need. Yet here in the quiet, where dust motes descend, I smile at the way that it worked in the end. The girl with the yellow scarf answered your call. Her silver frame picture hangs high on the wall. The scars on your knuckles healed up on their own. You never were truly left standing alone. Young man in the shadow of 23, you wept for the future you couldn't yet see. Now age turns the brass on the old parlor door, and love fills the rooms that were empty before. I promise the tears that you spilled on your shirt grew gardens of grace out of everyday dirt. So breathe in the stillness and put down the fear. The path was quite crooked but brought us right here. No step was wasted, no hour spent in vain. There's warmth in the wood that survived through the rain. Young man in the shadow of 23, you wept for the future you couldn't yet see. Now age turns the brass on the old parlor door, and love fills the rooms that were empty before. I promise the tears that you spilled on your shirt grew gardens of grace out of everyday dirt. So rest now, young runner, your race was well run. The shadow has folded, the labor is done. I sit in this chair say I am proud of that terrified child. Copper light floods through the dusty blinds and pools inside your chipped ceramic cup. You sigh like someone left behind, watching winter swallow up the street. I tell you, stranger, sit a while and drink. The world moves fast, but we can stop and think. You asked me if I ever felt afraid of reaching 80 with a quiet heart, or missing choices that I should have made before the music had a chance to start. I bought the ticket for a winding track and paid my dues with silver in my hair. There isn't much I'd ever ask to borrow back, for love was honest and the sky was fair. I count the miles and know I did alright, safe in the sweetness of this fading light. The waitress smiles and fills the pot again, her apron tied in 40 years of knots. You tell me how you lost a faithful friend, and how you worry over wasted thoughts. I lean across the tabletop and say, the hardest storms all eventually blow away. You look outside where amber turns to blue and ask me how I sleep so well at night, with all the things we never get to do before the darkness overtakes the light. I bought the ticket for a winding track and paid my dues with silver in my hair. There isn't much I'd ever ask to borrow back, for love was honest and the sky was fair. I count the miles, and know I did alright, safe in the sweetness of this fading light. We share a slice of apple pie at 6, two strangers bound by simple turns of phrase. It turns out joy and sorrow always mix, to make a tapestry of golden days. I tell you, son, don't fear the coming snow. There is a warmth that follows where you go. You leave a tip and nod to say goodbye, and walk out slow into the evening air. I watch your shadow under lavender sky, glad for this journey and the time to spare. Yes, every mile was good to me today. was a fine life, anyway you say.
Yesterday you mentioned that I walk a little slow, like a man who isn't trying to be anywhere at all. I looked down at these worn out leather shoes I used to know, and smiled at how the shadows softly lean against the wall. There's a penny in my pocket with a 1960 date, and a crack along the teacup where the blue enamel peeled. Every tiny detail sits right here and holds its weight, standing like a silent guard across a quiet field. The years don't hurry when the kettle starts to sing. I listen to the simple, steady sound of everything. A painted porcelain saucer holds the stories that were made through golden hours in warm showers where the bright colors never fade. I counted silver winters and found reason to remain, while shelter kept the bitter chill and love outlasted rain. I stand beside the windowsill, so grateful for the road, and carry every quiet memory without a heavy load. The brass pull on the drawer has grown smooth beneath my thumb. The clock upon the mantel keeps a soft and steady beat. I watch the sparrows landing for a tiny piece of crumb, while autumn leaves start gathering along our friendly street. The neighbor's yellow tabby cat sleeps curled up on the rug. A stack of handwritten postcards sits tied in velvet string. There is a simple comfort in a thick wool blanket hug, and all the gentle promises the coming dusk will bring. The years don't hurry when the kettle starts to sing. I listen to the simple, steady sound of everything. A painted porcelain saucer holds the stories that were made through golden hours in warm showers where the bright colors never fade. I counted silver winters and found reason to remain, while shelter kept the bitter chill and love outlasted rain. I stand beside the windowsill, so grateful for the road, and carry every quiet memory with smooth rib of corduroy under my thumb today. Takes me right back to the autumn of my youth, standing outside by the gravel highway, listening to radios humming out the truth. We didn't have much in those early winters, just 3-room keys and a kettle on the stove. Now the cloth is soft where the color splinters, and I smile at the roads where my spirits drove. Every thread carries a quiet story, every tear turned into a steady stitch. We were never looking for wealth or glory, just an honest fire that made us rich. The clock ticks soft on the floral wall. We caught each other whenever
fall from narrow halls to gardens in the sun. I wouldn't change a thing that we have done. A gentle grace surrounds the miles behind, and sweet relief is all I ever find. Heavy blue denim on the clothesline swinging, smelling of cedar and afternoon heat. I hear the sound of the church bells ringing when our first child took his wobbly feet. We worked through the dark till the bills were settled, saved every nickel in a cracked tin jar. Though the winter wind often tried our metal, look how peacefully we traveled far. Every thread carries a quiet story, every tear turned into a steady stitch. We were never looking for wealth or glory, just an honest fire that made us rich. The clock ticks soft on the floral wall. We caught each other whenever we would fall from narrow halls to gardens in the sun. I wouldn't change a thing that we have done. A gentle grace surrounds the miles behind, and sweet relief is all I ever find. The hands that held the needles now are slow. The quiet rooms are filled with evening glow. No regrets left hanging in the shade, just pure delight for everything we made. The clock ticks soft on the floral wall. We caught each other whenever we would fall from narrow halls to gardens in the sun. I wouldn't change a thing that we have done. A gentle grace surrounds the miles behind, and sweet relief is all I ever find. The fabric stays soft beneath my hand. I crossed every hill across this gentle land. I am glad I got to live this life. Yes, I am peaceful as the day grows dim.
The brass six ticks above the mantelpiece, as shadows stretch across the kitchen floor. I look ahead to years I haven't seen, and wonder who will knock upon the door. When silver hair rests softly on my brow, I hope I smile at how we made it through. I see the old man sitting where I sit, and thanking every road that led to you. The years will run like water down the drain, through summer heat and heavy winter snow. When I am old and looking at my life, there's only one thing I will need to know. I spent my days on
and gathered every grace the seasons gave. The quiet love we built grew strong and sound, defeating every storm we had to brave. I would not trade a single tear or milestone past, for I lived well and found sweet peace at last. I picture 85 when evening falls, our children grown with children of their own, a cup of peppermint upon the tray, inside the house that we have made a home. The clock will hit that number on the wall, and I will close my eyes without regret, for every little joy we held so dear is something that I never will forget. There were some months when money ran too tight, and moments when the darkness felt too long, but holding your warm hand through every night made all the broken pieces sound like song. I spent my days on simple, humble ground, and gathered every grace the seasons gave. The quiet love we built grew strong and sound, defeating every storm we had to brave. I would not trade a single tear or milestone past, for I lived well and found sweet peace at last. The brass six chimed and told me time is sweet. I take your hand and rest my tired feet. We lived a good life, quiet, warm and true. I'm glad I walked each mile along with you. Burnt sugar and clothes fill up the room as Arthur sits beside his wooden loom. He traces faint lines along his hands where decades pass like shifting sands. The kettle whistles low and sweet, a peaceful end to winter heat. He checks the clock above the door and does not ask for any more. The scars upon his palm are faded now. The storm is cleared above his silver brow. He smiles at portraits in the hallway frame and softly speaks each well-remembered name. He built a simple porch to watch the rain and traded heavy loss for steady gain. The road was long with many steep delays, yet quiet comfort colors all his days. He earned his rest without a dark regret, a full life lived, the finest he could get. The scent of lavender from garden shears brings back the laughter of 30 years, when children children played along the hall, and shadows never touched the wall. The evening chill may press the pane, but love and light still remain. The scars upon his palm are faded now. The storm has cleared above his silver brow. He smiles at portraits in the hallway frame, and softly speaks each well-remembered name. He built a simple porch to watch the rain, and traded heavy loss for steady gain. The road was long with many steep delays, yet quiet comfort colors all his days. He earned his rest without a dark regret, a full life lived, the finest he could get. Some seasons came with heavy winds to blow, when river currents surged too fast below. He held the wheel through trouble deep and wide, and reached at last the gentler side. He built a simple porch to watch the rain, and traded heavy loss for steady gain. The road was long with many steep delays, yet quiet comfort colors all his days. He earned his rest without a dark regret, a full life lived, the finest he could get. He folds his hands and lets his eyelids close, content with every thorn beside the rose. The kitchen grows so peaceful, warm and still.